All right, friends. Who can remember what we were doing on Thursday? I know we didn't do anything Friday. What were we working with on Thursday? Number lines. Yep. And what was the type of problem that we had? It had a name. Started with an E. You got?
I know it, but I can't say it.
Okay. No worries. You want to phone a friend here? What do you think? Pick one of your friends to help you. There's 3 people. What do you think? Yeah. Elapsed time. That is correct. So guys, I want to start with a couple of problems here, and I want you to see if you can figure something out, okay? And I love it that Dean's writing before I have even told him what we are doing. So, I want you to create a number line very quickly for me, because Miss Peeler and I realized, and this was my mistake, you guys don't have a lot of experience working with number lines here at the middle school. It's been a while, so I want to review that a little bit. So, I want you to create a number line. Starting with the number 15, and I would like you to move 37 spaces forward, okay? And then I want to know the answer. What number did you end at? What number did you end at? Create a number line starting at 15, move 37 spaces forward. What number did you end at? I would love to know that answer. You might not need to make 37 jumps all in a row. I would hope not, because we are in 5th grade, and we know that there are other ways that we could skip count quicker to get to 37 spaces. I would think. So Mr. Walsh is also going to work on this problem, and we'll see what he can get with it. Okay? What number did we end at? Let's see here. What number did we end at? I know that this is kind of simple math, simple addition, but I would like to know if you are moving 37 spaces forward on that number line, what number did you end at? I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds to finish this one, because this is just kind of to show you how to move on the number line and how it can help you with math. And I'm going to add with elapsed time. Kyle, I'm going to ask you that question. How do you think this could help you with elapsed time? Okay? Solving those problems. So, and if you're not done, that is okay. We're not doing anything with time right now, but that's fine. Dean, what answer did you get, bud? Can you tell me what number did you end at? What number did you end at? After you moved forward, you got 52. Thumbs up if we agree with Dean's answer. Those of you who got it, okay? Those of you who got it, okay? So, I would agree with Dean's answer. Dean, how many lines did you make on your number line?
1.
No, like you mean like I mean like the little marks.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was my mistake. I was not very clear with that. How many did you make, guys? And I want everybody to pay attention with this, because there's an easier way to do this than what I think a lot of you may have done. How many did you make? Did you make 37 individual lines? Okay, so guys, would this be easier, Dean? And anybody can answer this. Would this be easier if I just started at 15? Could I just jump 6 times? So if I just did this, plus 5, Dean, what's 15 plus 5? 20. Okay. What's 20 plus 5? 25, that's right. And so on and so forth. Patrick, I'm going to ask you, what's 25 plus 5? Okay, guys, would it be easier for me to just make 6 little marks going up by 5, skip counting by 5s, and then one additional one for 7, than making 37 individual marks? What do you think? What do you think, Michaela? What's easier? 37 individual marks or 6 marks? 6 marks, right. That's going to be really crucial. Now, I want you to flip the board over. That's moving forward. Now, I really want everybody to try this, okay? And remember, if we have a bigger number and we're moving backwards, where should the number be on this next problem, okay? I want you to create a number line ending at 43. Ending at 43. So everybody, number line. If I'm ending at 43, Kyle, where should my number be on the number line? Should it be on the right side or the left? Right. Okay? So your number that you're starting with should be ending at the left with a 43. Or right, sorry. I would like you to move 19 spaces backward. 19 spaces backward. And think about this for a second. What could be easier than making 19 individual lines? There are many options you could do with this. You could probably do it in 2 moves, potentially, but you're moving 19 spaces backward, right? 19 spaces backward.
Because
19 spaces backward. Okay? I'm going to ask a simple question after we get done, too. What are we doing with our math? Are we adding or subtracting? Think about that as you're working on this. Should your number be bigger or smaller than 43? What do we think? All right. Another about 30 seconds on this one, guys, okay? 30 seconds. And then I'm going to tell it. Then we're going to do probably one of these other problems with math, okay? But I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and then we will be hopefully we'll have about 15 minutes of time to work on our project where you get to plan the field trip with a group member.
Are we going on a real field trip?
Not a real field trip, Dean. I don't think I can get permission slips, and I don't think your parents would allow us to be gone until 8 p.m. at night. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Let me see what number you guys got. What do we got? Okay, 25, 24. Okay, 24. Okay, what you get? Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Okay, so Patrick, I would love to know what you got and how you got it.
Okay, so I got 24.
Okay.
And what I did was, this was like, so from the last question when we went forward, it was adding. So
Right.
if we went backwards, it would be subtracting.
Oh, okay. So guys, did you hear what he said? Your answer, no matter what, should be smaller. When you're moving backwards on a number line, that means you're subtracting. It always should be smaller, okay? And that was really smart. Patrick, okay, so then what you do? So you're moving backwards, okay? I'm just going to draw. I want you to tell me what you did. Because I noticed on yours you didn't have 19 individual lines, which is okay if you did it, but it's more work, okay? So 43, right, is where we started. So you moved backwards. What was your first jump?
My first jump was 10.
Okay, so minus 10. What was that number at minus 10?
33.
33, okay. Then what?
And I did another jump, which was take away 3.
Okay, and why did you take away 3?
Because if I did another 10, then I will get 23.
Right.
But it's lower than this.
Right.
So I couldn't do it.
Well, and was it easier to work with? Is it easier? Let me ask you a question. What's 33 minus 3?
30.
Okay, so let me ask you guys something. Is subtracting any number from a number that ends in a 0 easier or more difficult than if I was going to subtract, say, 9 from 33? What do you think, guys? So is 30 minus 6 easier than 33 minus 9? What do you think? You did it this way, Patrick. What do you think? Do you think it would be easier to do 33 minus 9 or 30 minus 6?
30 minus 6.
30 minus 6. It is easier. That is also going to be kind of key. That's going to be another skill that I want to tell you guys about as you're solving these next problems, okay? It's always easier to subtract from like a whole number, right? Like from a number ending in a 0 or a 5. It's easier. So, what did you get? What did you subtract after that? Because it looks like I've got 13 there, my two numbers. What's the next one?
I subtracted 6.
Okay. And what was your final answer then?
24.
24. I agree with that, and I like that he didn't make the 19 individual marks, because guess what, guys? You can do it, but sometimes you're going to be, you know, you might make a mistake in counting your marks. It might be just easier to do 3 marks up there, just like he did it, to get us down that way. Okay, now I have a question for you guys. How could this help us with time? Solving those elapsed time problems, guys. Moving on the number line like this. Do you see any connection between the two? Kyle, do you see any connection? How this can help you? Do you see any connection?
Well, you can organize your stuff.
You can organize your stuff on the number line and subtract? Okay. What were you going to say, Lance? How can it help you?
If you do a number line on time, you can see like how many minutes went by.
Right. How many minutes went by? So guys, I want to start with this problem right here, okay? You might notice some numbers that are really similar, okay? So, Miss Peeler and Mrs. Bagby are going to a birthday party. They arrive at 4:15 p.m. The party lasts until 8:52 p.m. How long were they at the party? How long were they at the party? So try to use, you can use the clocks that are here, but I would really, it's going to really help you guys if you use the number line here, okay? Try to use the number line, okay? See what you can come up with, okay? On that number line.
Harrison also used the gorilla competes in the 6 to 8. Gorillas love apex too. Whales are love their loved ones, just like you and me. Which one do you want to do it on? Next smartphone they have self-healing screen.
Try to use the number line. And move on the number line. You can use the clock to check your answer as well if you want to. Let's see what you come up with, okay? All right, let's see what we got. Make sure you write down an answer. It should tell you, it should not be a time. I need HRS and MIN, okay? Okay, or HR, I mean, but it should not look like a time, like number, colon, 2 other numbers. That's not what we're looking for. Okay? Because you know what time the party ends, you know what time they arrived. We're looking for the time that they were there. And the great thing about the project, oh, Dean, flip that down. The great thing about the project that you'll be working on is they won't be weird times like this. They'll finish within 5 minutes of one another, generally speaking. All right, I'm going to give you guys another 30 seconds on this. Okay, what'd you get? Okay. Remember, they arrived at 4:15. I'm thinking there might be a mistake here. 4:15 plus 1 hour. Is that 5:45? Or did you go up more than that? Right. So your time might be a little off. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let me see what you guys got for an answer here. Okay. Okay. What'd you get, Dina?
1 hour and 16 minutes.
1 hour.
6 minutes.
Okay, so is that correct, bud? Did you use the number line?
Oh,
Yeah, no, you didn't. Okay, so guys, let me see. 4 hours, 6 hours and 3 minutes. Okay, now, guys, here's the thing. I have a question for you. How many of you use the number line to move on the number line like we did? Okay? I know Kyle did. His was kind of a math computation error. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Okay, and we're going to work through this one. Okay, so 4:15. Now I have a question. How many minutes are there in an hour? Dean, your answer, 1 hour and 66 minutes, is kind of silly, right? Because how many minutes are there in an hour?
Oh.
Right. How many minutes are there in an hour?
60.
Okay, so there's 60 minutes. Now I have a question for you. How many minutes after 15 minutes would you need to make an hour to move into the next hour? How many minutes? 45. So guys, similarly to how you did your math, how Patrick did this answer right here, I'm going to make my first jump 45 minutes. Because you know what? It's a little easier to just add hours on, right? And get me to 8. So what's 45 plus 15? 45 minutes after 4:15. 5 p.m. Now, it said they went into 8:52. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to get me to 8. Plus 1 hour, plus 1 hour, plus 1 hour. What is 5 plus 3 hours, guys? 5 o'clock. What is it? 8. So 8 p.m. Am I done now, though? I'm not? What do I need to do, Kyle? What's the last step? Because it said she was there until 8:52.
We need to add 52 minutes.
I need to add another 52 minutes. Now this is where it gets kind of tricky, okay? I know that my answer right here is 3 hours, right? So it's gonna, no matter what, it's going to be at least 3 hours. Dean, right? 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. Puts me to 8 plus 52. I need to add 52 plus 45. 7, 9, 97 minutes. Does that work? So my answer is 3 hours, 97 minutes?
Nope.
What should my answer be? Whoever just said nope. Kyle, what do I need to do?
The 97 is not actual minutes. It's 1 hour
And what? Are you going to subtract it? I like it. Keep going. So are you subtracting 60 from 97?
Yeah.
Okay, can somebody help me with that? What's 7 minus 0, Talika?
You're so hard right now.
7.
You know.
Nevaeh, what's 9 minus 6?
Can I-
3. So I have 1 hour and 37 minutes plus my initial 4 hours. Or plus my initial 3 hours. So my answer is, what's 3 plus 1? 4, right. Plus 37 minutes. So the answer is 4 hours and 37 minutes. Okay? Now, friends, do you see the 37 spaces forward from the 15 that we ended with? Do you see this here? When you move forward on the number line. The only difference here was you have to deal with we're living in a world where 60 minutes is the only number you can have in an hour. That's why your answer's a little different, but you still got the 4 hours and 37 minutes there. Does that make sense? Okay, now, friends, on your desk, I want you to pick that up real quick, that document. The document there that I just laid in front of you. I want you to take a look at that. You guys are responsible for planning the end of the year 5th grade field trip. Okay? You guys should be excited. There's a lot of cool things on this sheet. Okay? This sheet is going to be very, 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 very important. Okay? Once I break you into your groups, I need everybody's attention. Okay? Now, this sheet will tell you some very important things. I want you to look at the column right next to location. Okay? That will tell you the amount of time that it will take for all of you and your classmates to make it through the activity at that location. The other columns, see, because Mr. Walsh made it pretty easy for you. That will tell you how long it takes to drive there. Okay, we're starting here at the middle school. Now, Patrick, this is kind of the problem. These are the problems. You only have 8 hours, and you have to be back, so you need to be as close as possible to 8 hours. Okay, there are some things that take 3.5 hours on here, plus drive time. If you do 2 things that take 3.5 hours, you're only going to be able to do 2 things. Okay. Now, Patrick, pick one of the places on that map, and I want you to pick one of these things. Okay. And you're leaving at noon. Okay. So that's one thing to remember. You'll be leaving at 12 p.m. Need to be back by 8 p.m. Okay. So I want you to tell me how long, guys, it takes to go from Mosinee Middle School to the Cedar Creek Cinema, which is the movie theater. How long does that take? Talika, can you look at the sheet? How long does it take to go from Mosinee Middle School to Cedar Creek movie theater? How long? 15 minutes, okay. So what time would it be when you arrive at the middle school? Or when you arrive at the movie theater? If it takes 15 minutes to get there, what time? No, remember we're leaving at noon. That would be right.
Oh, yeah, I mean
12:15, okay. So you're at the movie theater at 12:15 p.m. Now, question, guys. Lance, how long will you have to stay at the movie theater? What's the average amount of time that it would take? The amount of time at the movie theater. So look down at that column, and I want you guys to take a look and see. How long would you typically spend at the movie theater? You have to be back by 8 p.m. Nope, 8, because this is a Friday. And Miss Peeler is really nice, and Mr. Walsh and Miss Peeler are really nice, and we're willing to let you guys have fun on a Friday. So how long do you typically stay, Michaela? How long do you typically need to stay for the movie theater? What? 3 hours. 3 hours, that is correct. So if I'm adding 3 hours to that, what time is it after the movie's over? 3:15, okay? Which basically means you have, so from there you then need to move on, okay? You always have to remember that there's a drive time included with this, okay? This chart will tell you. You can literally look at this from Cedar Creek Cinemas, and if you go down, where would you want to go next? Michaela, where would you want to go next? You want to go to Bricks. Okay, remember, that's the Mosinee Bricks, okay? So you're going to have to think about that. So, okay, so to go from to go from Cedar Creek Cinema to Bricks is going to take you 15 minutes, okay? And then you've got that, and then you've got the additional time that it would take for all of your peers to get something at Bricks. That would be 1 hour, okay? So you'd be adding an hour and 15 minutes to 3:15 p.m., which would put you at 4:30 p.m., okay? Does that make sense, guys? I will be walking around to help you with this, but this chart should allow you to fill out this worksheet in your group, okay? Basically, it says the name of the activity location, okay? So, like, if you're going to the movies, which would be Cedar Creek Cinemas, you'd say Cedar Creek Movie Theater, time to drive from Mosinee Middle School. That would be 15 minutes. Time spent at the activity would be 3 hours, okay? It might be helpful, because this printed 2 sides, it might be helpful to just, on the back, keep track of how long and what time it is at the end of it, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so I want Dean, Nevaeh, and Talika to work together. So here is your one sheet, guys. And then I would like Patrick, Lance, Kyle, and Michaela to work together, okay? So Patrick, I'm going to give you the sheet. And then you guys can start working on this. You will have about five minutes today. And then we will move forward, and we'll pick it up on Tuesday to finish it up, okay? Good? Okay, so start working, guys. I'll let you know.